I am the Hermit, and welcome to my shed. Today I'm going to do a quick follow-up on my Jasper fire video in which I broke down how the Liberal government's inaction caused the Jasper fire, and we will get to watch Pierre Pollieve roast Justin Trudeau on the fire until he gets heated. So let's open up the door and see what's inside.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, he pretends you can put out forest fires with taxes. Clearly that has not worked. Rather, what he should have done is listen to his own officials who said that the mass buildup of fuel in the Jasper Valley as a result of dead trees needed to be addressed through controlled burns and other clearing methods, and also preparation so that we would have the ability to fight the fire if and when it ever started. All of this is documented in email correspondence and now testimony at a parliamentary committee. Instead of taxing Canadians into poverty, why didn't he fight forest fires?
Here, here. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Jasper was one of the most fire-smart communities in the country. Over the past years, residents and leaders within Jasper have been exemplary in making sure they were doing everything they could to protect their community. This fire, Mr. Speaker, was a treetop fire. It jumped from treetop to treetop and through flaming pine cones kilometers ahead of it, which is what set this burn. This is a result of climate change, Mr. Speaker. Climate change he doesn't want to fight.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, that kind of erratic screaming and hollering is not going to tackle the problem of forest fires, screaming about flying pine cones, etc. It's true, the people of Jasper were fire smart. The problem is that the government in Ottawa was fire stupid. They were warned. This government was warned repeatedly over 7 years that they needed to clear the dead wood to prevent the spread of a future fire. Why, instead of bringing in a crippling carbon tax, didn't he clear away the wood and stop leaving a tinderbox to explode?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, one of the jewels of Canada's natural beauty burned because of climate change. And his focus is trying to blame Ottawa for that. That, Mr. Speaker, is completely irresponsible and shameful. But we have all seen that from this Conservative leader, who would rather try and rile people up and point figures than actually try to solve any of the challenges Canadians are facing, either today with affordability or tomorrow with climate change. That's not leadership.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
I'll tell you it's not leadership. I'll tell you it's not leadership. That in February of this year, email correspondence within his government confirmed that they were cancelling a controlled burn specifically for political optics. They did not want to do controlled burns. They did not want to do the same kind of forest management and maintenance that Indigenous people had done for thousands of years, and that had been recommended by both people on the ground and officials in the department. The reality is he didn't do his job. He should be accountable and explain why he let the valley go up in smoke and used a carbon tax to hide behind it all.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, in this era of droughts and rising temperatures and climate change, there are certainly reasons that most reasonable people could imagine why the opting for a mechanical removal of underbrush instead of flaming them, instead of setting them on fire, might be a better option. Mr. Speaker, the attack on experts, the attack on science, and the refusal to understand that if we do not act in fighting against climate change with everything we have, then there will be no economy of the future. There will be no Jasper to rebuild. There will be no future for Canadians.
Whoa there, Mr. Doom and Gloom Prime Minister. Of course Justin didn't take any responsibility for the fire. The Liberals don't take responsibility for anything that happens. Anyways, here's a wild theory for you. Maybe, just maybe, he and Guilbeault allowed the park to become a tinderbox, just waiting for something to happen so they can pull out their climate card from the deck, which trumps everything else. They use that card for every major weather event that happens in Canada, as if extreme weather events haven't happened for hundreds of years. And even if it's true, maybe place the blame on China and India for Canada's extreme weather events, as they are the world's highest emitters of carbon, which means the Canadian carbon tax is just another tax so the Liberals can send our dollars to other countries instead of helping the majority of its citizens. Anyhow, I've rambled on long enough, so thanks for hanging out, and until next time, stay safe out there.